small example of everything in the universe. Literally everything in the universe is in you. But when we talk about the miracle of the Prophet ﷺ, Muslims are the first one to say, please don't concentrate on these things. They are not important. Or they say these things are just myths and superstitions. So he did not have a shadow. Everything that comes from him is pure and is clean. Everything. Even physically, everything is clean and is pure. And the whole of creation is running to even get something that is from him. Okay? There are certain things that are delicate and we don't want to mention it too much. Some Jamaats, they get so emotional, then they start talking about these things, but we must have our manners. When we talk about the physicality of the Prophet and things that is from him, from his body, it's better for us not to mention it so much, especially in settings like this. But there is a big blessing that comes with that. So, everything that the Prophet ﷺ touches, fire will not reach. Where there is nur, the light, the fire cannot enter, the nar cannot enter. Allah's mercy, it is boundless in a way that we can never imagine. The Prophet ﷺ's mercy is also boundless, not in the way of Allah, but in a way that we also cannot imagine. Which is why when his uncle, passed, never openly declared the shahadat, but all his life he was supporting the Prophet ﷺ. And when he passed, the Prophet ﷺ ran his hands over his uncle's body completely so that no fire is going to touch him. Some weird ones, they are so, in tariqat they become so Wahhabi kind, insisting that they are right, not opening the door, maybe you're wrong. Maybe, Allah puts a law, He can change it, There is a law of gravity, He can change that too. But they're insisting because they don't like to be wrong. They're saying, no, that one is punished because he is not saying the shahadat. Even if Prophet ﷺ rubbed his hands over his whole body so far it didn't enter, Prophet didn't touch the soles of his feet. So he's not touched, so the fire of hell is going to reach from the bottom of his feet. Insisting. In 1300 years, 1400 years, the imams of masjids, they have such manners because Allah has manners towards His Prophet. Allah has tremendous manners and such delicacy and such subtlety and such love to His Prophet. He is always mentioning, Ya ayyuhan nabi. The way that he's saying is so sweet, it's so nice. And so many ayats that you see, Prophet ﷺ, if anything, he is trying to cool down the Prophet's heart because the Prophet's heart is broken, not by Allah or anything else, but by us. Heart of the Quran, Allah is swearing. Allah is swearing. He says, my beloved, you, Yasin, I swear by the Quran, you are one rightly guided. So this Prophet ﷺ, people want to put some limits to his mercy also. We should not do that so much. So this is appropriate as we're entering into his month to understand the mercy that is coming down. The Mi'raj, from riding to the Burak to in holy presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he was busy with his ummah. Don't be busy so much about miracles that is happening, the wonderful things that are happening also. But why the Holy Prophet ﷺ was concentrating on his ummah. The ummah for 1400 years, because of the delicacy that Allah is showing to His Prophet, they're also showing that. There are surahs that is talking directly about the Prophet's relatives, his uncles. And Allah is openly saying heavy words to them. But the Imams would not recite these ayats and these surahs in prayer out of respect to the Prophet ﷺ. They're looking to the Prophet's heart. Because the Prophet ﷺ, did he ever rejoice that his uncles and his relatives are not accepting him? No. So why we want to do something like that? But today's people, of course, they become very Wahhabi. They say, nah, like that. But then you don't understand. You don't have a connection to the heart. So once the heart becomes very, it starts beating, it starts feeling, slowly, as we said before, you start seeing with different eyes, hearing with different ears. Slowly you start with that. The sensitivity comes a strength also, and understanding. And inshallah. So, we are asking forgiveness from the Prophet ﷺ. We're asking for his prayers for us to live for him and to die for him, for our children until the day of judgment, inshallah. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum.